Welcome to this free and open source project or system presentation called Automatic Webforms Creator and Hoster for local and internal networks. The aim of this project is twofold. One, provide a very easy and dynamic web form creation interface with all sorts of fields in it. 2. Provide a complete local web server for hosting unlimited forms in it. No need of internet connection at all to operate. Also, this project is a go green approach for converting existing paper-based forms in all organizations and institutions to digital web-based forms. As you are aware already, the process of paper creation eats away so many forests and trees and destroys the environment. So it is better that one can take up as a profession of converting all the paper-based forms to digital web forms. Okay, this automatic web forms virtual machine is built using an existing bitnami lamp stack VM with my added efforts at the top to make it easier for all my users. This system is prepared to be used in local and trusted work networks only. If you need a much wider access and also enterprise support options, then you can always check the cloud offering from bitnami.com and many other online web form builders. They are equally good as well. Also, this template was built using the services of a free online web forms builder and enhanced further to operate fully within the local/internal network itself. This won't require any internet connection at all. I will show you a demo of this virtual machine's webforms creator in just a few moments from now. Also, I will give the direct download links for this complete virtual machine in the description box below. Anyone can become a professional web forms designer with this virtual machine. Just a little practice is required to start with. That's all. If you find my efforts useful to you in your profession or saving costs for you elsewhere, please consider making a donation to my PayPal account or my UPI account mentioned below. Thanks. Now, this virtual machine's minimum requirements. 1. Enable virtualization technology support in your system BIOS, if any, after Google search on it for your desktop/laptop model. Contact your IT support person if required. 2. Download and install VirtualBox and its extension pack from the official website, this virtualbox.org. And in that there is a download links. You can download the latest VirtualBox software from it freely, and also its extension pack also, please download it. For Windows, it is just easy that those two softwares are required. Apart from that, you have to Google for Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable, download and install it first. VirtualBox depends on Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable, so you have to install that first and then only VirtualBox. And Mac OS Intel chipset is also supported by this virtual machine. This virtual machine currently does not support Apple MacBook Pro Silicon M1 chipset for installation. The reason is simple. Apple MacBook Pro M1 is ARM64 chipset, and my virtual machine is AMD64, so both are incompatible. For Linux, it is preferable to use your OS package manager to update and install VirtualBox. Even earlier versions will do fine. Just use sudo apt install VirtualBox for Debian based systems and sudo yum install VirtualBox for Red Hat based systems on your terminal. This will take care of all dependencies, including the appropriate kernel modules. 3. Google search for any issues or requirements that get reported and resolve it quickly. Now, fourth one, double click the .ova file provided by me to import it in the VirtualBox software only once, and then right click the start option to start this automatic web form system and close option for ACPI shutdown. Backup your created web forms folder every day to avoid any issues. 5. This virtual machine's appliance requires a network of type bridged adapter and the active adapter name chosen from its settings network option. There is an image also. I will give you this link in the download box. You can quickly get this concept very well. 6. This system also requires a DHCP dynamic IP address from your router/switch for local or internal network connections. The extra requirements will be covered in a separate folder present inside the system itself. I will update the description box below in case if I miss out any points here during this video presentation. Now let us see a live demo of all this. First, I will take it from the Windows perspective, and then I will take you through Macs, Linux and BSD systems also. So first of all, this is my Windows box which I have connected through a remote desktop software. For this video presentation, I'm using a MacBook Pro. So I'm connecting through a remote desktop to my local Windows box. So and then what I do is I will go to the folder where I have downloaded already all the VirtualBox softwares and my OVA file. So first is this Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable. I think you are getting a hint now. So Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable is the first software that needs to be installed. Second is the VirtualBox software downloaded from the VirtualBox site. Third is the extension pack also available on the VirtualBox site for more features. You have to install this extension pack. Then comes FileZilla client, FTP client software to transfer files in both direction, upload and download you to this server or to this webform server. You need this FileZilla FTP client software, which is also free. And then the Putty terminal emulator also you have to install. This also available free on the Putty website. Okay, after you install all the softwares, just double click the .ova file that I have given you to bring up the VirtualBox interface. See, this import virtual appliance dialog box comes up. All these are pretty standard, so no need to change any of this. Just click finish and it will do it. Notice that it adds a 1 number to this because I have already done the import once. So if you do the import again, it will clone it. Cloning is also helpful if you want to separate your web forms of each department segregated differently. So you can clone it as much as you want, and also change the host name inside the guest. You should change it so that it doesn't clash with each other. So that is one concept. I will leave a note on this in the extra requirements for cloning. So for the time being, let's make it very simple. So once you have done the import appliance, this will create a link here. So you just have to click that, and for the first time alone you need to click the settings button here and then go to the network option, and enable network adapter will be already ticked. If not, tick it. Attached to it must be a bridged adapter. There are a lot of choices, but you need a bridged adapter to make it work for your entire local network. It will supply the web forms. So create the bridged adapter interface and then choose the adapter name. Here my adapter name is Realtek PCI GBE family controller, but I'm pretty sure that in your machine it might be different. So you need to select the correct adapter, and only then the machine will start successfully. Otherwise it will throw an error. So just select the correct adapter and click OK. And then now we can start it. Every day you can start it with the start button. Click on this link and click start. It is starting now. So let's have a look at how the interface looks like. So this machine is starting. As you may be aware, VirtualBox supports so many machines running on the same physical machine. You can run so many virtual machines. That is a great advantage of VirtualBox virtualization softwares. Yes, it's now started. So okay, it will briefly flicker and give you the exact settings, how you can connect to this system, through what all interfaces you can connect. It will tell you. Also it tells you the login name is bitnami and the password is change_this. So you have to change the password the first time. So let's do it now. I will tell you a few Linux commands which are very useful. Don't worry, it's not too complex, just simple ones. So once you just click on this VirtualBox console, this is called console. Here is an information which VirtualBox will give you. It says that the host keys, see, it will capture the keyboard and mouse automatically because it is taking it from the host to the guest. This is a guest operating system and the host is Windows. This is Linux, and it has to take the keyboard and mouse. It will capture when you click inside it. So you have to agree to its capture dialog, but don't worry, it is easy to release it as well. Just press the right control key. I have mapped it to left control key, but yours it will be right control key. So you just press that, it will get released. Now let's capture it, get inside. Yes. Now I will be able to type inside. So I type bitnami, login name is bitnami, password, default password is change underscore this. So once you do this, it will automatically take you to my commands menu. And okay, so that one I will cover it in separately as well because this may not look very pretty actually. The console menu which I have provided, you can work on this as well, but it may not be that pretty. I will give you more choices now shortly. So first I will get to the shell prompt, to exit to shell from second option 2 and press enter key. So now I am on the shell prompt. Just type passwd, which is for password, short name for password, press enter. So changing password for bitnami, it says current password, put current password. You have to put change underscore this and change the new password to a tighter one. So of course I'm not changing my password now for this demo machine, so forget about it. So then you can also use commands like logout for logging out, then sudo power off or sudo reboot. All these commands are very helpful to know. I will leave some Linux commands link or even article in my extra requirements page or folder, whatever. So sudo power off or sudo reboot will reboot the machine. You can do it every day at the end of your work hours. Okay, now I will talk about other things like you to work with my automatic forms builder. I will suggest the PuTTY software for Windows and terminal programs on other operating systems. So let me now release the mouse cursor, right control key, just release the mouse and go to the Windows search menu, search for PuTTY. PuTTY app comes, press enter. Then I have already created a settings here, af.local. I will delete it and recreate it again so that you can also watch it. So first I will go to Windows appearance and change the font. Font should be Lucida Console 14 point. This I have already set it. So Lucida Console regular 14 point. This is the nice and easy way of seeing the interface, the terminal program. So Lucida Console 14 point, you select it and then go to the session menu and say af.local. This is the virtual machine server name I've kept. AF stands for Automatic Forms .local is the interface extension for it. AF.local, port is 22, it's all right. Then save it. Save it. Okay, I'm unable to save it. Probably once I connect it, I must be able to save it. Open this connection. So immediately it will say that, oh, af.local is showing me some key. I don't know whether we can trust it or not. Just say accept or connect once, whatever you want to do. It's better to accept also. So then it will show you in a nice font. It will show you login as, I type bitnami and then enter, press enter key. Then password is change underscore this, enter key. Now at least it looks a little decent compared to the console. Compared to this console, this PuTTY software's interface is little better. So you can say, you can see it clearly. There are options like design a new web form, exit to shell command prompt, log out and power off if nobody uses the system. Please enter your choice. So like this, it will tell you. So again, this is one choice for you, PuTTY software. And then I will go for, you can also search for Windows terminal emulators in your spare time in Google and get to know about other beautiful terminal emulators. Now I will go to my Mac systems terminal program. So let me go through this terminal program. Okay, I will open a new terminal for you just to show you how it looks like. Right click the terminal and say new window. So, and then make it first of all bigger. The font size is too small even for this video demonstration. I think it is very small. So I will make it bigger. I will press command press to make it bigger. I guess this is okay, decent enough. So, and then command plus is for Mac and control plus for all Linux terminals. Control plus plus, if you keep on pressing control plus plus, it will zoom it. It will make it bigger. The font size will be easy and comfortable for you. Now after you open this terminal, type the command ssh space bitnami is a username, bitnami @ AF. AF stands for automatic forms dot local. So ssh bitnami @ AF.local. So type enter it. It will ask you for the password. I type change underscore this carefully. Yes, now you can look at it, how beautiful it looks like. The interface is much colorful and nice. On Mac and Linux also you should be able to get this. So, and then of course I told you that once you start the VirtualBox software in the bridged adapter mode, all PCs in your local network can access this. But not from the outside world, but inside your network, anybody can access it. If they have the terminal program and the username and password, if they have it, they can access it. But this is a feature as well. You can, of course, you don't need to spread the word everywhere. You can use it yourself also in case of security concerns. Okay, now I'll say design a new form 1 and press enter key. Enter the new form name. Okay, now for this quick demo, let me choose a form which is very common in all organizations. I will say I'm going to design a leave request form. The HR department has this. So leave request form. So to design this form, you need a physical form as well, meaning paper-based form. If your organization to whom you're working has a paper-based form, then go for it. Ask them to give it to you, and then you can design the digital web form very easily with this interface in the same lines. So you can do that. So now I type leave request form and press enter key. Then it asks you enter the new form folder name, abbreviated. See, this is a very important setting to know. You might say small leave request form LRF. Leave request form you can shortly say as LRF, or if for security concerns, if you want a very complex name, you can use a random string generated by your browser. Let me open some browser and say, I will say for Google, I go for Google and then say random string generator. So this is very essential. Then the first top hit is from random.org. Open it. So here you got the random string generator. Generate 10 strings. Each string should be 10 characters long. Numeric, uppercase, lowercase, all should be ticked. Each string should be unique. Yes, good. Get strings. I just say get strings. So he gives me a big, huge string. You cannot have spaces or interlines between them. You copy it and put it in your let's say my Sublime text editor. I'm putting all this, and then I will change it. Control Option F, change all what do you call it as new regular expressions should be ticked. Find \n is the new line character and change it with nothing. Replace all. See how nicely it has become a big huge string. The folder name, if you keep it like this, nobody can guess it, and so you can give this link only to those people whom you trust to use this web forms properly. So you can give link only to them. So this is the folder link. So I for this demo, I will not copy this and paste it on the terminal. I will not use this. I will create my abbreviated leave request form. It is easier to type LRF and press enter key. Now it says please choose your fields one by one in the next screen and also view the form on the internet browser after constant refreshing at this here HTTP address, http://af.local/LRF. This is your newly created form location. So let's go to the internet browser. let me open the browser, and then I will open a new window and then say http://af.local automaticforms.local/lrf. lrf is what we are designing now, so /enter key. So now if you look at it, there is a blank screen because we have not selected any fields. But don't worry, as you keep on adding fields, you can dynamically refresh this, it will get created. So let's go ahead, press enter key to continue, and then it will give you nearly 20 different fields and one properly quitting option, 21. So you get 20 different field types in it. So as you grow in experience with this tool, you will be able to choose the correct field type for any form. So let's go ahead and let me show you a leave request form here. So this is the form I did not use from my organization, but I got it on Google Images. I searched for leave request form and I got this nice little looking easy template. Of course, in this video I can't take very complex templates. I have to be very fast. So leave request form. So first is date field. He wants a date field. Let's go ahead. So date field is fifth one is date field. 5, enter a short description field. So I say date of this form, something like that, whatever way you want to call it, date of this form. Is this a mandatory field? After pressing enter key, it's asking me, is this a mandatory field? Mostly you might not want your users to skip your fields. You just say yes to it. And one important point, this 12 checkbox field is a must required field. If you miss this, your output data will get disaligned. So note that checkbox field should have mandatory field option as yes. Note it down. So that is an important instruction. But otherwise all other fields are easy. You can either say yes or no, depending on how you want it. So I just say yes and say it says your input has been added. Press enter key to continue. So once I'm happy that the first field is added, I'll go to my browser here and refresh it. See how nicely it's designed, already designed, dynamically designed, leave request form, date of this form. You have to click DDMMYY. So I click here and already there is one date option here I've entered already. So it comes up. So I will use this. And then when I click submit, this form will take you to another PHP script which will do the processing work of all the data. So this is for your technical reasons, technical know-how of how this works. This form is called index.php, which will on submit call another PHP file called process.php, which will save all the data typed in two CSV files and one HTML file. Two CSV files are data.csv and raw data.csv. Data.csv is processed and formatted well, and raw data is just plain data as the user typed it. So these two CSVs and one HTML table also it will generate. So that's also good. But I would suggest don't submit this form for the first time. Just allow all the fields to get built up and then only type the form after quitting the interface here. So the terminal interface must be quit before you start typing in the form. Okay, so press enter key to continue. So now I will look at the next thing. Date, after date, employee name comes, department name comes. Employee name I can choose name fields, first name, last name also, or otherwise I can choose a single line field, most frequently used field. If you want a full name field, you can choose the single name field itself, most frequently used field I put it. So let's choose 17 and I say full name. Should I put a colon or not? See, if you look at it, date of this form doesn't have a colon. Sorry about it. I will put a colon also inside it. So full name, is this a mandatory field? Yes. Your input has been added. Let's refresh here. See, automatically dynamically gets added. Full name is added. Date of this form is added. Now next is department. I would say departments, if they are very fixed, you don't need to give them a single line field like this to fill up. I would say give them a drop down list in case if you don't want them to type awkwardly, type uppercase, lowercase, mixed case, all such typing nonsense can occur. if you give them a text box. So wherever possible, if there are fixed number of choices, give them a drop down list. It's compact and nice as well. So let's go for the department box, press enter key to continue, yes. And then I will choose the drop down list field, which is option number 9 here. So I say please enter your choice 9, press enter key, enter a short field description. I would say department, or I will say select the department. Of course, you can look, when you look at it, you can type as much as you want. You can even type questions and give them the fields to answer that. This is for students and teachers who want say quizzes, polls, and then assessments, all sorts of things people can use this for. So you can even type a question here instead of a label, field label. Anyway, for this demo, I will not do this. I will say I say select department. Press enter key. Is this a mandatory field? You can say yes, no harm. And then enter pipe separated choices. Choice 1, pipe, choice 2, etc. I have deliberately chosen pipe as the delimiter because comma, if you choose comma, comma could be inside the data as well, so it will screw up everything. So pipe is a safe delimiter. So let's enter that pipe separated choices. I say department choice, HR, pipe to then technical, tech support, then data center, then some other department. Let's say what else is there? I think library, whatever. Like this, you have to type and press enter key. It says your input has been added. Let's refresh and see this. Refresh, see select department has come nicely. I forgot the column. It's okay. Select department. Select, once you open it, it says HR, tech support, data center, library. So dynamically it's get built up so nicely. And this also, it is very easy. You don't need to know any HTML or complex languages here. It's very simple. Only know how to select from a choices and do it. That's it. It's so simple. So now after department, I have to go for reason for requested leave. Please tick appropriate box. Annual leave, sick leave, unpaid leave, maternity, parental leave, other leave. So this also looks like actually this looks like multiple check boxes, but in practice you might only want them to select only one, not so many. These are all check boxes. If you give them, they will tick multiple times. So that is not actually practically not sensible. So let's go for, let's say if you want, I will put a radio button, which will be just like drop down. Radio button is also a single select field. Let's add it. Press enter key to continue. Radio is option number 10. So let's go for it. 10. Enter a short description. I would say reason, or I will say leave type, and press enter key. Is this a mandatory field? Yes. Enter pipe separated choices. Okay, I say annual leave and sick leave. I can add many more. I can keep on typing many more choices. In between I can add the pipe character, but right now for this demo let me be quick. So press enter. Only 2 choices I've added. Let's refresh and see. See, leave type has come now, annual leave or sick leave. You can select any one of them. So like this, you can either have a drop down for single select option or a radio button, whichever you find it comfortable, which your organization wants. Then dates requested, from date and to date is required. So date from and date. So where is the date from? Date field is 5 number. So 5, enter a short field description, date from. Is this a mandatory field? Yes. Your input has been added. And then again 5, press enter, and then date 2. Yes, that's it. So date from and date 2 is added. I refresh the form on the browser. So refresh it. Did I add it? I guess I added it. Is there let's refresh it again. Yes, now it comes. So you have to refresh multiple times or press enter key on the address bar. It will work. So date from and date to is also coming up nicely. So it says the format is dd-mmm-yy. So which means you can, of course, here drop down comes, there it doesn't come. This is how the format should look like, 08-Feb-2023. So like this it should look like. So date from, date to, and then let's go for date requested employee signature. So this will be an we can say in signature and all, you can ask them to upload an image of their signature. So let's go for image upload. So go for terminal again, your builder is there. So let's go enter it, and image upload is 16th field. So 16th field is image upload, and enter as the description signature upload, let's say. And then mandatory field, yes, I will say your input has been added, it says. Let's refresh it and see it. Yes, signature upload is ready, and if you click on the browse button, it will show you the file selection dialog will get shown up. So I can even select some file, let's say, but of course as I told you, let's not fill up now. Let's finish the wizard first. Complete the form design. Employee signature is okay. Manager's supervisor approval, approved or rejected. So let's say this is called a decision making box. Let's see if there is a decision making box. So if you see it, 8 is decision box field. So 8, I select 8, and then I say manager's approval is received or not. Is this a mandatory field? Yes, I say your input has been added. So when I say mandatory field, yes, then the users can't escape that field. They can't submit without entering any value in that field. This you might already know. Anyway, employee manager's approval is finished. Now note/comments is there. So I will go to, again press enter key to continue. Then I'll go for multi-lines. Similar to single line field, there is a multi-line field. I can go for notes and comments like this. So 18, press 18. Then I say notes. No/comments. Then I press colon also. Is this a mandatory field? Yes. So let's go here and say this. See this. So nicely, manager's approval has come, and note/comment maximum of 110 characters. This is just to avoid I have set a limit for 110 characters because it will otherwise disalign my output file. Too much characters will disalign it. Okay, now we are almost set. Now I think I completed the form design. Note/comment. See how easy it is. So quickly I have designed a form in no time. In this demo, right in front of you, I completed it. It's so easy to become a professional in this field. So now what I do, press enter key to quit, and I say quit. 21 I choose 21, and it says exit to shell prompt, logout or power off. I say exit to prompt, E. So this is entered into the prompt area. Though this is very important, you have to quit gracefully. You have to use the option 21 quit to quit it, so that in quitting also I have to do some work on the form, which is very essential. It should not be skipped. So you always quit it through this option only. Okay, now let's submit it. The form is ready. I will refresh it once more. Press enter key. I say date for requested is today's date is 13, or I will say date of this form, anything, whatever. 14th I put. Full name, I put my name there, Nathan SR. Department I say HR, or whatever department I belong to. I should say tech support actually. Tech support. Leave type is annual leave. I'm chosen annual leave. Date from, I will say 15th Feb, 15-Feb-2023. Let's say it's an annual leave type. So I will take 10 days, 25-Feb-2023. Okay, I have completed it in that correct format. Then I upload my signature. I'll upload some picture out, not just my signature. I'll upload some picture. Let's say I got many choice of picture also as well. Okay, background 104. Okay, this one I will upload. Manager's approval is, let's try to skip the manager's approval and see what happens. I click submit before. It says please check this box if you want to proceed. So I just click for this, and then submit I click. It says please fill out this multi-line comments as well. So this is what happens. Sometimes you may not want to force it, so you decide how you want to keep the mandatory field option. Okay, note/command this leave requirement is urgent. I just put a comment. Then I click submit. It says thank you for filling up the form, we'll get back to you soon. So this is a message for the user and not to the manager or supervisor. Manager or supervisor, again it brings us back to the form. What you can do is now duplicate it, duplicate this tab and go for something called as data.html. This is where I store the final output form. So nice it is. See, look at this. All my data is nicely colored and given into the table format. So here this leave requirement is urgent. All these are coming up. Even the recorded time, record time, IP address, user browser, who has entered it. All these are visible here. So this is nice. And let me show you how colorful it is. You can even go back at times and submit different data also. So I will put another background image. Another, let's say it should be like another employee working on it. Let's say I put background is this and I submit this. So it says thank you for filling up the form, and I refresh the data.html again. So the second row has come. So like this, everybody's inputs will come and the manager or supervisor can look at the data.html for a nice view, looking view. And there is some other couple of other options as well. I will duplicate this tab and say instead of data.html, if I say data.csv, I get a spreadsheet. Data.csv hits here. I open it in show in Finder, show in Explorer. What happened? Open show in Finder. Okay, Finder is vanishing actually. So let me go through the Finder route. Yes, data.csv, right click it, open it with LibreOffice. I have Microsoft Office, I have got Numbers, I got LibreOffice. I will choose LibreOffice because it's free and available every operating system. I will say other, and pipe is my delimiter. This I have to remember now. If I don't put pipe, it won't cut the fields in the different this one. So I say click OK. So immediately it shows my 2 records and nicely it's divided my data. You can filter it. You know about Excel or spreadsheets. You know about it. There are plenty of features like filtering options. Quickly you can filter on any particular person's records. Like that you can see it. You can delete it. You can even save it. Save as. I will say save as back to the CSV format. Text CSV. Automatic file set name extension. Okay, I will say data.csv if you want. Automatic file extension is okay with me. Save it. I say replace the replace it, and then use text CSV format. Oh, sorry, I will save it in a different name. I forgot that there is something else to be done. I should save it in the same name, data.csv. And then here I have got a lot of choices. Anyway, text CSV, I say replace it. It is not asking me. I think it is saving directly in the same format. Let's look at whether it's saved correctly or not. Here data.csv has come. Right click it and open it with a text editor. I'll say Sublime text editor is a good one. Yes, it's done perfectly. It's the field. It knows. LibreOffice is very intelligent. It knows that I have had the pipe as that separator and it's saved in the same format without screwing up my file. Now I can upload it back also if I require. Okay, then now I told you all the options available. There is something called a raw data.csv as well. Now apart from data, you got raw data.csv. So raw data is nothing but unformatted data, which somebody might require also. Sometimes if there is a website field, I might give them a link instead of website name, phone numbers, emails, pictures, everything I save it in a proper format. Okay, and so that is why the data.csv is different from raw data. And I forgot to tell you something. These are data, you can read it. There is at the last I appended the images and files. So let's view it. I click the view file. It's nicely linking my image that is uploaded back on the server on my webform server af.local machine. It's uploaded. So I click another view file, it's also viewing it nicely. So this is how it works. So I guess I covered everything about the webform software. Let me see if anything else needs to be told to you. One thing is pending. I told about putty and terminals. Terminal you saw just now. I was working on the terminal and I quit it. So it's you can easily increase the font size. Command plus or control plus, whatever it is. You can easily increase the font size and work with this wizard very easily. Quickly design professional forms and submit it. So I hope this is much use to you. And also tell this to your friends and colleagues so that they can use or help other departments as well. So before I close the video, I will cover some part on the FileZilla software. I missed it. Sorry about it. So in FileZilla, this is a free FileZilla FTP client software. I will type here af.local. The host name is af.local. Username is bitnami. Password is change_this. Port number is 22. Quick connect eclipses. It says about previous connection. Okay. So it gives me the actually home directory of bitnami, where my autoforms is a folder from which the my wizard is operating from, autoforms.sh. It's a shell script which is operating and doing all the magic behind it. So and then what else need to be told? Yes, apart from autoforms, you also have HTTPS certificates. Of course, you can connect with HTTPS in your local environment also, but then because it's a self-signed certificate, many browsers will throw in a warning. You have to accept it and go ahead. I guess that is also better because you will at least get the benefit of encryption. Even if the certificate is invalid, you get the benefits of encryption. So you can go for HTTPS also. And then extra requirements, webform system extra requirements has some guides. So you can go through VirtualBox 45 essential Linux commands, steps to install, and then cloning VirtualBox, cloning a virtual machine. All these things are there for you to read at your leisure and get more expertise in this. Now I cover a very important point. So this is in /home/bitnami directory. This is the remote directory or the server directory, our webform server directory. And this is the local directory, autoforms. This is from where you can download or upload. So change both of them if you want, this one and this one as well. So now let me show you some more secrets about it, about web designing. I'll tell you some points. I go to the htdocs folder in home bitnami. There is something called htdocs. htdocs, double click it. See, it has nicely renamed my earlier LRF to some timestamp, LRF.this one. It noticed that I already had a leave request form and it saved my earlier folder, renamed it to something else, and a new LRF is created. So you always have to look at the htdocs directory if you want to know what all is there inside it. Whoever is authorized to look at it can look at it. Now one hint I will give you, if you want, you can save this, you can download this LRF to your local machine and then upload it to any other remote web server, cloud server, internet based hosting providers, servers. So you can upload it there. Also your forms will operate. Whatever your forms you have designed will operate. So which means you can design your forms through this virtual machine and then upload it, give them the upload to your client organization, give them this folder LRF, give them this htdocs. Look at this, I'm in htdocs folder. In that LRF folder is a new form designed. The entire folder has to be given to them, but of course don't give file uploads and all. So this and all your users have worked on it, so that again you have to carefully do it. LRF is a folder name, so you can right click it and say download. If you download it, it will get downloaded to your local machine here. Of course you can also download like this also. You can right click and download the entire thing here. So all these are possible. So look at all these in your spare time and get benefited, become more knowledgeable and serve the worldwide. You can serve it. So and then last request to you is you just spread this word about this free forms builder to many colleagues, friends, teachers, students. So all these can utilize it in various ways. And also even parents can use it to quiz their children's develop quiz programs for the children. They can use it. So that's it. I covered everything. If I missed out any point, I will update in the description box from time to time. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.